Now to the top story we're following here at home. A raging wildfire in Jasper National Park in Alberta is now just about 12 kilometres from the town. Around 10,000 people living in Jasper and 15,000 tourists were forced to flee late Monday. Most people in Jasper were forced to travel toward BC in bumper-to-bumper traffic because fire has made the roads heading east too dangerous. Paige Parsons is in Edmonton now with the latest. Paige, good morning. What do we know about the status of the fire?
Good morning, Juanita. We know that there are two main fires threatening the community, one to the north and a larger one to the south. But I think the big question that a lot of people had yesterday, as everything was quite chaotic, was how did things get so bad so quickly? And so last night in an update, we heard from Parks Canada that really this was incredibly aggressive fire behavior and that things just really did evolve very rapidly. The fire from when it started, it was only about 2 hours later that it was already an extremely significant size. We heard from fire officials that they, themselves, they only sort of were alerted about this fire, and within an hour, it was when they kind of knew that they needed to call an evacuation. So as that was all playing out, things got quite hectic, and they were trying to deal with this, as I mentioned, very aggressive fire behavior. Katie Ellsworth is with Alberta Wildfire, and she sort of shared what officials are focused on today in terms of protecting the town.
Our priority right now is to protect the community of Jasper by limiting wildfire growth towards the town, along Highway 16, and to protect critical infrastructure. Jasper National Park and the town of Jasper have mobilized all available resources with federal, provincial, and municipal agencies dedicated to supporting and protecting the town. Structure protection crews and specialists have begun installing structure protection and sprinklers and hose lines throughout our community.
So they've managed to evacuate everyone from the townsite. But as of last night, they are still trying to work on getting all of the hikers who are in the backcountry out to safety.
Paige, yesterday evacuees we heard from spoke about confusing messaging around the evacuation order. What are people being told now?
So yeah, last night they did address that, and what had happened was when the alert came in to evacuate, the notice that residents and visitors got was that the fire was 5 hours away from reaching town, which obviously, of course, is very alarming. And as the evacuation proceeded, it was corrected eventually to say, it's that we need you to evacuate within 5 hours, not that the fire, was going to arrive in 5 hours, but that was really alarming for people. We caught up with one gentleman who was ended up in Grand Prairie as he fled, and he sort of shared what that experience was like as you're trying to get out of town and you think the fire is coming imminently.
It was a little bit scary, as it always is. There's a fire 9 kilometers away from town. It's there. It's burning towards. You're hearing stuff all over the place. So it's 5 hours from town, and then you're hearing other stuff. It's not. It's lots of ash in the area. It's always worrying to see that happen and to be a part of it and to feel like you're not going anywhere, just stuck sitting in traffic.
Yeah. So they were able to get everyone out safely. Many of them made their way to BC. They think there's about 25,000 evacuees who've left the Jasper area. So today, of course, they're going to be waiting for updates on what's happening back home, making sure that they have someplace to stay. But I think we'll all be awaiting Parks Canada's next update on the status of the fire and what happened overnight.
Well, Paige, thank you to you and your team for keeping us updated on this quickly evolving situation.